The death of Padme Amidala in Revenge of the Sith is one of the most tragic and heartbreaking deaths, not only in the prequel trilogy, but perhaps the entire Star Wars saga. The moment when Anakin Skywalker chokes Padme, his own wife, the one he was trying to protect from death, truly shows how evil and twisted Anakin had become. Instead of leaving Mustafar and going away with her, he believed Padme had been plotting against him and even brought Obi-Wan Kenobi with her to Mustafar to kill him. After Anakin had aided in the death of Jedi Master Mace Windu and carried out Operation Nightfall on the Jedi Temple, Anakin was blinded by rage and the dark side consumed by Darth Vader, as Yoda had told Obi-Wan. Padme's thoughts before Anakin turns on her are not shown in the actual novelization for Revenge of the Sith, but rather the junior novelization of Episode 3. Her thoughts during this scene are extremely tragic, so let's begin. Even from space, Mustafar glowed like a hot ember as Padme's Royal Naboo starship neared the surface. She saw rivers of lava and oceans of molten rock. Through the cockpit window, she saw her husband Anakin running eagerly toward the landing platform. Quickly, she unstrapped and ran out to meet him. His warm embrace reassured her. His arms made her feel secure once more. Anakin comforted her by telling her she was safe now. She looked up gratefully as he had asked her what she was doing out here. All the things she had been pushing out of her mind since leaving Coruscant came flooding back, and she looked down, telling him that Obi-Wan Kenobi had told her terrible things. Anakin asked what things, as she felt him stiffen. She admitted that his own master, his best friend, had said that he had turned to the dark side, and even killed Jedi younglings. Her voice sounded accusing, even to her own ears. She realized that this wasn't the way she had meant to ask him for the truth. "Obi-Wan is trying to turn you against me," Anakin said, and she heard the stirring of a terrible anger in his voice. Anakin continued on, stating that he had become more powerful than any Jedi had ever dreamed of, and he had done it for her, to protect her. She began to think, what does this have to do with Obi-Wan, or what she had just accused him of? But deep down she knew. It was Anakin's excuse for whatever horrendous and fearful things he had done. She pleaded with him to come with her and raise their child. Anakin leaned forward, telling her that he had brought peace to the Republic, and that they could rule the galaxy together after he killed the Chancellor. "Obi-Wan was right," she said. "You've changed." Anakin's temper burst loose. Her fear must have shown on her face, because he made a visible effort to control himself. "Don't turn against me," Anakin said. Padme replied, "I'm not against you. I'm against what you've done, and what you are planning to do." "I don't know you anymore," she said. Couldn't he see what he was doing? Couldn't he feel her heart was breaking? In a moment of despair, Padme reached for the connection they had through the Force, for that one moment when she had known him completely, even though they hadn't been together. But even a Jedi could not create a Force connection just by trying, and Padme was no Jedi. Desperate as she was, she could only find a faint thread of what they had shared. For a moment, the smallest instant, Padme thought she would succeed, but then Anakin's expression changed. "Liar," he cried. He was staring intensely at something behind her. She turned and saw Obi-Wan Kenobi standing in the door of the skiff. She knew that this new Anakin would never listen to her again. Rage had made Anakin's face unrecognizable. He lifted his hand and curled his fingers into a fist. Padme felt herself choking. She felt herself dying, unable to breathe. In her head, Padme screamed, "Don't kill our child," as she had no breath to cry it with. Even the ghost of the Force connection was now gone. The world darkened, and she felt herself falling. Her last thought was a feeling of relief. She would rather die here and now than live and have to watch what her Anakin had become. Thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video and learned something new, feel free to like and subscribe, and may the Force be with you.